We're Gabe and Jill Mowdy. We have one little girl, Avery, who's 6 years old this year. We've been going to Harvest about 2.5 years now, I think. So I think one of the ways that it's impacted me the most is just to be very proactive in parenting and to really, that this is something that's a big responsibility and that there's great tools out there and resources to help you learn how to do it. I mean, you go to school and learn a career, you know, a profession or something, you get a lot of training, and yet they give kids to everybody, you know, with no training at all. And so it's great that there's some really practical tools that's been good for me. You know, I was raised in a great family, had, you know, some good parents to fall back on and a good experience there, but just to be really spiritually proactive in raising Avery and really directing her towards God has been the most valuable thing for me.
I think for me, I've always had a heart to discipline Avery. I knew we needed to discipline her, but I didn't have the second part of Kingdom Families, which is you have to replace what you've taken out of their life and pour in something good. So I love the two parts of Kingdom Families, the purging out, which is the discipline, but then also the pouring back in and replacing that negative behavior with something good. So that when Avery is away from us, that the things she chooses to do aren't just based on outward, you know, behavior modification, but it's really a change of heart because of the word and the truth that we've replaced that negative behavior with.
Well, I was talking to Jill about this the other day. I think one of the really cool things about Kingdom Families is that we do it as a church, and that we've got good friends that are raising kids just like we're raising kids, and we're all on the same page for the most part about how we're doing this deal, and that's really helpful. You know, we were having dinner the other night with some friends and talking about, hey, how's this working for you, and you know, how's this not working for you, and you know, and just walking through the struggle, because it is a struggle to, you know, to adopt how we do this and how that fleshes out in our home and our particular children, and versus, you know, their kids are different. And so it just helps to have some support that we know we're on the same page with these other couples that are raising their kids, and also to have couples in our church that have been doing this for 10 years. I don't know how long they've been doing, a long time, and you can see the fruit in their kids. They've got some great kids. And so you can lean back on them and say, man, you know, when your boys were this age, how did you handle this? Or, you know, I'm struggling with what this, you know, how this is fleshing out in Avery. You know, you have some helpful advice, and they've been there, and they've done that, and they've gone through the process the same way, and that's been really beneficial for us.
I would say the one thing that stands out above all else for me with Kingdom Families is the scripture in Proverbs that says, discipline your children and they'll give you peace. And that's really true. It's hard at the time to stop what you're doing and do the hard work of discipline, but we've all been in lots of homes where there's no discipline and there's no peace. And since we started Kingdom Families and really tried to be devoted with it, it's brought a lot of peace to our home.